The Grammar Translation Method by Dafne Noriega, Ana Rubalcaba, Oscar Carrillo, and Brenda Torres. The grammar translation method doesn't have a single inventor. German scholars like Johann Steidenstocker, Karl Klotz, and H.S. Ollendorf were made into a structured way of teaching modern languages through rules and translation. This method was created in Europe. Their roots go back to the Renaissance in the 16th century, when Latin was taught through grammar and translation. It became formalized as a method for modern languages in the 18th and 19th centuries. By the mid-19th century, it was the standard way of teaching foreign languages at schools. Principles are mainly the focus on grammar and translation. The primary goal is to understand and apply grammar rules, translating texts between the target language and the native language. The emphasis on reading and writing. The method prioritizes reading and writing skills over speaking and listening. The use of literary texts. The deductive approach, where grammar rules are taught explicitly and then applied to exercises. Memorization. Students memorize vocabulary lists, grammar rules, and verb conjugations. Native language as a medium. Accuracy over fluency, where grammatically correct sentences are more important than fluent communication, plus sentence translation. The cornerstone of class materials for the grammar translation method is textbooks, which in the 19th century attempted to codify the grammar of the target language into discrete rules that students had to learn and memorize. A typical grammar translation textbook will begin with a list of bilingual vocabulary and then grammatical rules for students to study, followed by sentences for them to translate. The teacher role is being the main source of information in the classroom. They are the authority in the class, and he or she demonstrates the material in one way. They answer the learners' questions and enrich them with grammar and vocabulary. Using this method, they mainly concentrate on helping the student with the process of reading and writing literary texts. They organize the activities, set the tasks, and do what it takes to make the learners understand. Students are passive receivers within the class of the grammar translation method. They do not interact or participate. They follow the teacher without any questioning. They follow the teachers and just watch and listen to them passively. These students are only required to memorize lists of different things related to the target language and concentrate. Students remain passive throughout the whole process of learning. They are not required to do anything else. Their only role is to watch and listen to what their teacher have to introduce and ask for. Advantages are clear understanding when learners can grasp meanings quickly throughout direct translation. Comparison learning promotes understanding by comparing the target language with the native language. Testing comprehension. Easy assessment of learning understanding via translation exercises. Gradual knowledge acquisition. Learners discover complex structures gradually. Systematic language analysis promotes awareness of language and the structural system. Advantages are limited languages skills, focus on reading and writing, neglecting speaking and listening skills. Outdated usage. This does not reflect contemporary language use and relies on literary norms. Confusing grammar rules. Overemphasizing grammar can lead to confusion among learners. Ineffective translation. Word-for-word translations usually fail to communicate the real meaning. Memory overload. Learners must memorize many grammatical rules, which may lead to frustration. Thank you so much for your attention. We hereby transfer all rights.